Hi everyone. So today we'll be looking at a use case where we synchronize a ServiceNow instance with a Jira Cloud instance. The target could have been anything, but I chose Jira Cloud as the target. Now, something that makes this one a little bit unique is that the ServiceNow instance itself is domain separated. So how I've set this up is that I'm logged into this ServiceNow instance as a system admin, but I'm domain restricted. I'm restricted to the Acme domain. Similarly, on the same instance, I'm logged in as another user who's restricted to the Cisco domain. So obviously one can't see each other's work. Now, how the integration is set up is that each of the two domains have a dedicated Exalate node. So this one will be taking care of the Acme side of things, and this node will be taking care of the Cisco side of things. Now let's see how this looks and feels like using it from an end user's perspective. So in order to do that, I'll simulate a couple of tickets. So this one would be the Acme ticket. Right, I think that should be enough. Cool. So this is the Acme ticket, which obviously only would be visible within the Acme domain itself, right? So the Cisco domain user will not be able to see it, and that's just like what the domain separation does. Right, so in order to do this with Cisco as well, we'll need to create a ticket for Cisco 2. And again, like the same logic applies, as in the Cisco ticket would be visible here, but yeah, not on the other side, obviously. Now, what Exalate does in the background now is it picks up, like each Exalate node picks up its corresponding ticket and takes it over to the Jira side. Now on the Jira side, there's a lot of ways that you could have done this. How I've set this up is that they'll both come into the same Exalate, into the same project, into the same target project. You could have taken them to different instances. You could have taken them to different projects within the same instance. It's just a implementation question that comes in. Right, so the Acme ticket is already created. I'm just waiting for the Cisco one. Okay, so the Cisco ticket is created as well. I'm just going to open both of these in separate tabs to just have clarity over what's going on. Now, the integration should work totally. So if I reply on the Acme ticket and I also reply on the Cisco ticket, these updates should make their way towards the corresponding ServiceNow tickets. So if I open the Acme one now, so I get the comment as, "How are you, Acme?" And similarly on the Cisco side, they should get the comment as to that. And yeah, this should work both ways. Right, so yeah, this should obviously work both ways. Like the updating from the ServiceNow side should update the corresponding ticket correctly, and there should be like no mixes of anything whatsoever out here. Right, I'm just gonna give it a second for the comment to arrive. Cool, so my comment arrived, all good so far, and let's just check the Acme side as well. That comment should be arriving shortly as well. Right, so this is how this integration would go. Now, what happens if we create tickets on this side and then send them over? So let's say that the Jira ticket gets created. So Jira Acme ticket. Right, now again, how I've set this up is that there's a lot of ways of setting this up. How I've used it is that I've used this escalate to field. So if I escalate this to company A, I believe I set it as Acme. And if it's company B, I set it up as Cisco. So this ticket should now be picked up and taken over to the Acme side, if I remember things correctly, but we'll find out shortly. Yeah, indeed. So the Jira Acme ticket made its way over out here, and obviously on the Cisco side, you should not be able to see it. So the domain separation is implemented like quite nicely doing this. Just a quick word about how I've set this up. So the key to this lies in the proxy user configuration. So I've created a couple of different proxy users for each Exalate node. This one's called proxy user for the second node, and this one's called the Exalate integration. And for each of these users, I have restricted them by domain. So each user can only possibly see a certain domain. So that is what makes the setup pretty easy. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.